Well, hello there, I'm Christine and welcome to my channel. This week I have an astrological update with regards to the new moon in Pisces, the sun moving into Pisces, and a tarot reading where we can tune in and find out how perhaps to navigate the shifting energies of the week ahead. So the sun moves into Pisces, and here where I am in Brisbane, it will be on tomorrow. It will be tomorrow on Sunday, the 19th of February. I'm recording this on the 18th of February. So, looking just a quick update. Mercury is in Aquarius, but it's also looking to square up with Uranus in what am I thinking about in Taurus. So you can expect to experience some new ideas about new ways of doing things and getting things done in your life, and maybe going out on a limb a little bit and doing something a little bit differently to what you've been doing. And it might sort of stir up the people around you to see this sort of sudden change in the way you're doing things, but it's okay. It's going to work out. Have faith. Venus is in the last degrees of Pisces, and whilst it may look like she's just having this good time with Pluto energy, I believe, the way I see it, they're getting to the heart of what matters, and they're brainstorming about what, as well as they're partying, but it's all sort of like slightly lots of discussion as well about what we need to do to be able to turn things around, to be able to create a better balance in the world. That's how I'm sort of wanting to sort of think this dance that they're doing is happening, and that will happen until about the 20th, which was Monday, and Venus will then move into Aries, where she can then put those ideas into practice of making change and stuff with getting to the heart of matter, digging deep with Pluto. And we can also look at and reflect on what we've learned from our dreams and our meditations. We have Mars still in Gemini, bringing inspiration, moving forward, and on a drive to sort of help push us along with what we're wanting to achieve. Now, getting back to this sun in Pisces energy, with Pisces energy, we may feel a little bit more inclined to dream and imagine rather than take action. So just to sort of have a little sidestep into this, I discovered this book on another YouTube channel, which I'll put in link in the notes, and it's written by Victor Oliver, and it's an introductory book to astrology. I have a lot of young people around me because my grandson, who is in second year high school, has a lot of friends, and we chit chat about astrology and people in a very light way. And this is a great, or if you're just anyone wanting a light but sincere introduction to astrology, because it's not, it looks superb. It is the most beautiful coffee table book with imagery to die for. However, it is so well written because Victor Oliver has a wonderful style that can sort of very succinct. When I first learned astrology, I was in my teens, and I learnt with Linda Goodman's book. I carried that book around in my high school years, and I used to talk about it like the man. I don't know if you watch Black Books, but I was like in that show where he swallows the little book of calm, and it used to just babble out of me. And it wasn't until I'd gone nursing, and in my not late 20s, in my earlier 20s, that I did a simple astrology course. And I was surprised that there was more to it. And I wish I had this back in my teens, because it explains just simply what a chart would look like if you're going to the skeleton of a chart without putting all the things in. Because sometimes you see charts in books and there's planets in them and whatnot, and it just sort of goes, oh, that looks like a foreign language. But this is just such a wonderful introduction, and there's charts you can read, but it's light and enjoyable. I have this sitting on my table at home, and when people come in, they open it up and look at it, and it literally starts off conversations. The page I jumped out at me was because I was thinking about Pisces. There's little health tips for signs as well, and inspirational sayings. It's just brilliant. What we have here with the 12th house, and it's these Pisces rules the 12th house, and Neptune rules Pisces, the planet Neptune. But the main theme of the sun in Pisces, I'm taking from Victor's book, spirituality and consequences. Who knows what lies beyond? And I actually for me, I sense that energy, and do let me know if you do too. Associated with the soulful energies of Pisces and Neptune, this is the house of mystery that includes dreams, secrets, psychology, hidden enemies, and all the things of another dimension. There goes a siren where I live. That's definitely another dimension, but that lets us know that life is going on around us as I make this video today. It covers confined places such as hospitals and jails, healing, acting behind the scenes of events, which is like the ambulance, and the secretive or veiled activities. It is definitely the sign and the house of secrets. So I think that's just sort of encompasses the feeling of sun in Pisces. So I'll put details in the notes, but it's well worth looking, and it is at a very competitive price for these times, and it's just a joy to read. Thank you, Victor Oliver, for writing such a wonderful book. Now, getting back to the sun in Pisces energy, it's all about selfless love, empathy, wisdom, and at times we may not be able to express our feelings, but they're certainly there, and we're going to be just generally trusting and optimistic in regards to what lies beyond. So overall, this is a time for exploring new ideas, connecting with our emotions, and funny, I'm talking about Pisces in the 12th house and things, and an ambulance is going by. And just make sure that you are grounded during this time, and stay focused and grounded. Use your meditation or whatever tool you use to stay grounded and focused amidst this dreamy, scattered energy of not only Pisces but Gemini as well. So let's look what the cards have to say. Oh, that's right, we still have the new moon. I missed out on the new moon. The new moon is in this wonderful spiritual intuitive sign, just like I said, and it's about new beginnings, and this new moon will bring an opportunity for emotional healing and creativity and just connecting with your inner self. So there's a wonderful energy with this new moon in Pisces. I will share other planetary updates during the week through my community page, and or you can connect with me on Facebook or Instagram. So let's have a look what the cards have to say with the energy around us this week with the tarots. And I'm going to take it from the top. Let's make that work. Line it all up nice. There we go. We'll do some tea leaf treats as well. energies. Okay, we have the energy around us this week is water. Pisces is water energy. Venus is in water energy. So there's this sort of sense of lots of choices, lots of confusion. Which way do I go? Energies around for this week. Opportunities are there, but will they be the right opportunities with that? So it's a very watery energy with the cups, and it's important that we are around people who we know, like, and trust, and that we are running our own show, if you like. We are the conductor of it all, even though we're going to be having so many distractions, if you like. There is an opportunity to work and stand still and be focused and work out what you do want, and because if you're dreaming big, you can then focus on that through your meditation and other tools that you use, to focusing tools, and then you can say, this is the direction that I want to go. Because we also we've had the sun line in conjunction with Saturn in Aquarius, but there's also a linkage with Saturn and this moon, because they are having a conjunction but in different signs, and there's a name for that and I forget, but the Saturn is in the last degrees of Aquarius and the moon is in 1 degree of Pisces, so that brings a out of house conjunction, I think it might be called. And so whilst we're going to have these dreams and dream big and things, we have this groundingness of Saturn to say, well, hold on to your dream, there's an opportunity for this, and Saturn is going to help us to get that all moving in the direction that you want it to go. It's almost like Saturn's that person that says, well, I'm going to hold you to that and I'm going to help you stay on track if that's what you want. So there's that sort of opportunity to make the most of that with the Saturn moon conjunction, out of house conjunction, we'll call it for that. So it's wonderful to have that wonderful support with that through Saturn, because with Saturn, if you do the work and stay focused, you're going to reap the rewards. The best way to look after yourself during this time is to stop dancing and keep things in a loop. You might find you're juggling lots of things, but try and narrow it down. So you go from the many and Saturn to the one, but maybe there's another thing to do, because Pisces has a dual energy about it, because it's two fish going in two different directions, and there's a lot of watery energy there, but you'll be able to do it, because I think there's it's a balancing act you can do. So it's about staying in alignment and just doing the dance that needs to be done, because Pisces rules, the sun and moon in Pisces rules the dancing feet. So I think it's going to be natural, but just take care and look after yourself. We can expect to hear news from someone who's not doing so well, someone who's been having a hard time, and this is a fire sign energy, and they're quite guarded, and you'll be having conversations with how to sort of help them deal with the wounds that they've been experiencing, and you are going to be able to help and offer comfort to them. And you'll be having lots of conversations, and also conversations about what you need to do during this dreamy time to keep things in a state of balance, in a sense of what we need to do for survival as well, in the bigger scheme of things. So it's sort of coming at a level with someone that we know, a friend, a neighbour, someone close, and then expanding it out to or to ourselves. What do I need to make sure I stay balanced, my environment's safe, and I stay centered and there'll be conversations you'll be having with people about that. By the end of the week, you can expect to be quite busy. Here we have the 10 of Wands, and you should have, with Saturn's energy, you're going to be focused and putting in the work, or starting out, because there's a way to go with this new moon, because we had an Aquarius moon cycle which came to an end at the last quarter moon, and now we're moving into a Pisces lunar cycle. So we're starting off, and with the help of the Saturn conjunction with this moon, we're going to be able to keep moving forward to do what we need to do to stay on track, to have our self-care, to be of care to others, and exchange of ideas with other people in a broader sense, and also being able to narrow that down. And by the end of the week, expect to have a sense or of an idea of where you go, what you want, where you're going, and what you need to do to get there. You're going to feel grounded, and you're going to feel, this is where I'm going, I've got my hand firmly on the pole to create, in a sense, in a creative way, to be able to look to the future and sort of, yes, I've got this direction, because whilst it's all dreamy and lovely and creative in that energy in the mist, and you're dancing the tune, there's also Saturn energy saying, yep, because Saturn will move into Pisces on March the 23rd. I'm using my memory there, so we'll talk more about that later. And that's going to help us feel grounded during this time. So as Saturn is extending its grounded help to us. So we'll have a look what's at the bottom of the pack. And it looks like it's all about putting the work in. Do the small things, doing small little bits, because Pisces and Virgo, Sagittarius, what's the other one? Pisces, Gemini, Mars in Gemini, are all mutable signs, and there's a connection there of small things build up to a lot. The exchange of ideas, the focus of doing something each day, the dream in your mind of what you're going to go and where it's all going, and having that fire energy to make it all happen for yourself, but in small increments, which is part of the self-care with that. So we'll just put that one there. So we'll look at our Chinese tea leaf cards by Ray Hepburn, and then the shuffle. I did shuffle them off screen, as I always do, but I'm not a round card person. This is the only round deck I have, and as you can see, I have my moments with it. Some people love round decks, and they're certainly beautiful to look at, like there's no denying that. But we'll put them at the bottom, and we'll use the power of 3 to 3 like that. We're going to move these ones down, and we'll not too far down, sorry about that. I guess you can see the flow of the story now in the cards. I'm a great believer that with the tarot, you don't use the tarot cards to tell you what to do. They're a tool of guidance, and you can put cards down in front of just about anyone of any age, probably 4 onwards, maybe 3, and the pictures will tell the story, that it's going from confusion at the beginning of the week through to having feet firmly off the ground, in your happy place, safe and secure, being able to look out with vision and a sense of control, and knowing what you're doing through and creativity and emotions intact. and there's the story. So from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, if that makes sense with that. And so make of it what you will. I'd love to hear what your impressions are when you look at the cards. So let's look at the tea leaf cards, because they're a little bit different, and we have the flowers of happiness. We have the eye, psychic intuition and psychic ability, and to trust your intuition. I'll put them up there. And our third card is bringing good fortune. From our middle pack, taking from the top, took two by mistake, and our third one. So we have honor and respect will come to you. I think that's like here. There's a lot of that there because you've put the work in, and here. There could be some temporary problems. However, there's going to be, with the goldfish, they're very lucky and auspicious goldfish, an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So you're going to be financially comfortable, and you're going to feel centered and spiritually guided, or spiritually safe, if you like, and settled. Spiritually settled is a nice feeling with this week. And then our third pile, 1, 2, 3. I've grabbed 4, so we'll go with that. We have the tent of us, giving us a sense of temporariness, and that can come with Pisces energy, because the two fish are always sort of, as you know, moving. Fish don't stand still, and they're going in opposite directions. So you can feel that sense sometimes, and you have to do what you need to do to stay grounded. If you have a sincere wish that you want, this is a very auspicious card. It's saying it will be granted to you. There is some trouble with the frying pan. I've never seen this one before. Rarely comes up. Some sort of accusations. Now, given that Pisces is a communication sign, things can be misunderstood this week easily under this vibration of Pisces Sun and Pisces Moon. So just choose your words carefully, but as it's known in NLP, you're partly only responsible for what you say, and how the other people interpret things, they have to take a sense of responsibility of it as well, because you might say something one way, but you're not meaning it to come out the way it does, and so there could be some sort of confusion there with that. That's what I'm getting with that. And then finally, we have old Lobster here, and he's about the financial pinch. And some people say that under the Pisces vibration, you can get a little bit spendy, particularly Venus in Pisces. So this is warning us to nipper. Watch our money, be careful, so that we're financially covered up the track. It's just that little bit of common sense stuff. And let's see what the outcome is of that. We'll see what comes next. Yes, it's time to act on finances, to make sure that we are, all of us, just that little bit sensible, because we're in that territory of who knows what's around the corner to a certain extent. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again. If you have any questions, just pop them in the bottom, or you can email me. Bye for now.